just kind of a game. You can clap the different rhythms and stuff like that, just to help them learn that.
At the same time, you don't necessarily want them to put their instrument down, because then that's dangerous to the instrument.
Right, you can
Tapping your foot or stomping it really good, or one hand, or kind of putting your arms around your instrument.
That's a good point. We didn't go over, that kind of brings me to two different things. We didn't really go over rest position with guitar. There isn't really a standard like there is with classical instruments. There's really, at least that I've ever seen before, a standard kind of rest position for guitar. So what we do is actually just, since the students are sitting, she can just demonstrate. You ask them to go in a rest position with their guitar face down in their lap, so that the strings are silent. If they just put it with the strings up, they're just going to click at the strings and still make a lot of noise. So they've got to put those strings face down.
That also makes, if you're doing rhythm, they can, softly
it's a good way to get them to do that. They like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So you can do that with them. First day after you've gone over, you kind of explain tablature, show them the names of the strings, get them familiar with that stuff. You want to teach them the concert song, the backwards concert song, which are right here. It's really simple, just quarter notes on each string, starting with high E, 4 quarter notes on high E, then B, G, D, A, and E. Backwards concert is what it sounds like, starts with low E.
Is there a way to hear that right now?
Yes, they can play that for me.
I
I think pretty much everybody's probably heard it.
Our teachers have.
Yeah, it's an easy song. Now,
Anybody familiar with it?
I just want to make sure everybody didn't do that because I wrote it.
what you want to do with right from the get-go, and it should be a lot easier for all the songs from here on out, is most of the songs, probably with very few exceptions, are just going to have a very clear 2-measure intro. You don't want to just always assume that's the case, because there might be one that has a 4-measure, and it's a faster song, maybe an 8-measure intro. It's just either 2 or 4-measure intro, but you want that to be clear. You want to count them in on that. You don't want to just go, all right, you go, all right, just pick up the guitar and start playing or whatever. You got to make sure that they know, a very clear intro to ready, go. Most of the songs are going to have a sound in there that's something along the line of a metronome, basically, that makes it very obvious. Or I put a little computer voice in some of them that the kids are weirded out by.
But you can also give them a visual on it too.
Yes, well, that's
1, 2,
really important.
3, 4, boom. It's not really a standard for guitar players to do that, whereas more so you're used to with maybe an orchestra, or, having that. But giving that visual really helps.
It is really good training for them, and when they do go into band, rock music or whatever, if they have that, their band is going to be more solid than if nobody in that band has that.
Well, I always explain to them too that if they've ever seen either in person, most of them have never been in a rock concert yet, but they've seen something on television. I always ask them, has anybody ever seen a drummer and a guitar player kind of looking at each other, maybe pull up the guitar neck and have that visual cue?
It's a different way of doing it, but it's definitely.
Yeah, and I just to kind of just draw, hit that home that they had that visual cue is very important. So you go over that, teach the guitar song, the concert song, backwards concert song. Now that's probably first class. That's about all the time you're going to have, because you've got to hand out the guitars, you've got to do roll in the first class.
The guitars will also have names on them, just like the violins, so you can put them out in the seats and kids know what they want. Occasionally you'll get kids that come in, I want electric, and they're signed up for acoustic. Unless their parent tells you that they can switch, they're going to get sent home with what they have, and you can tell them they can call the office, because some parents will not let their kids play electric. And, just because the kid says he wants electric, we cannot send them home with electric, because we will hear about it.
Yes.
So you need to say, we need to talk to your parents, have your mom come in and talk to me, or they can call the office, send a note in, and handle it that way.
Yeah, it's really important actually, because the kids will tell little white lies. Oh, my mom said it's fine. I'm like, it's no problem at all. And then you send them home an electric guitar. Next week they come back and mom's not happy.
Next thing you know, they got dreads.
It's all downhill after that.
Yes. So that's pretty much, the first day, that's the overall gist of it. It's never going to go exactly like you plan. If you have a really super smooth running class and you've gone over the names of the strings, you've taught them the concert song, everybody's kind of already understanding tablature, you've still got time left. One thing that really gets them excited is just, even though they just learned to play the concert song, give them an opportunity to come up and play for the class. Now, most kids are going to do it, but you're going to get those, couple kind of more brave kids that are going to really want to play. They love to perform for the class. That being said, right from the get-go, explain to everybody that whether it's you up there, another student, if anybody's up there performing, they're respectful no matter what happens. And I just try to goof around with the kids at that point. I'll say, roof caves in while they're playing, while somebody's up here playing and they fall out of the chair, the guitar explodes, or whatever happens, you still clap for them, you're still supportive of them, you still have to be respectful.
No matter how that sounds.
Yeah, and if it sounds bad, it's about having fun. It's not American Idol. It's not trying to judge people. It's just them having fun and enjoying music. So
I had a little girl come up on her second day of class for violin class at Mineola, and she came in the second day. She goes back. She's like, Miss Emily, you're gonna be so proud of me. I learned how to play America the Beautiful on the violin using only open strings. And I'm like, that's great. She's like, I really want to play it for the class. And no, it was the Star Spangled Banner. Something, because it was the Star Spangled. So she gets up there and she performs it for the class because she was so excited. There was no way I could tell this girl, this is not going to be good. And she got up there, and we had already gone through the talk that you're always going to be respectful and everything. And I mean, you could see, she could hear the song in her head, and she was like all into it. Had sounded nothing. Obviously, it's all on open strings. It's not going to work. But she got done, and the whole class just kind of was like, okay. We all clapped for her, and she sat down, and she felt great about it, But so you just kind of, just instill that from the beginning that you're gonna, just clap and go on.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that you've got the flip side of that. A lot of times I've found the kids that are really shy about performing, when they do eventually perform, those are the kids that blow everybody away. I had in one class, I remember in particular, a little girl that refused to perform the entire time. Until it was like either the second to last class or the last class. And I kept trying to get her to play. I said, here, play guitar, she'd be great. I was like, would you like to perform? Never wants to do it. She finally did, and she stands up and completely busted into some folk song, sang it, belted it out loud. It was amazing to see it. I mean, it was crazy. The whole class was like, floored. Did not, I was like, what? I had no idea she was going to do that. You know what I mean? So it's really cool to do that. So you want to encourage them to have that opportunity to perform. You never know what you're going to see. I might, bust out into Sweet Home Alabama or something. Who knows? But anyways, you want to encourage that in them, but encourage them to be respectful of each other on that. And try to speed it up a little bit. We're going to go ahead. Inventory, really quick. Inventory. You're going to be handed, given a certain amount of instruments at the beginning. Okay. Don't have them today. You're going to have labels that you're going to put on the guitar. Simple numbering system, 1 through X.
It's just going to be the little garage sale type round sticker goes on the back.
We're handing you a certain amount of instruments. That's checked into the inventory system. You'll do occasional inventory reports. The first one will probably be either 3, maybe 4 weeks after the initial class, because kids are going to swap, especially for violin, probably even more so because of the different sizes and things. Thankfully, we don't have that again in piano. People just have it easy. Have all this stuff. You'll get a certain amount handed out to you, and then you'll keep track of which student has that just by a simple numbering system. You'll need to let us know, and I'll be going into all this stuff later with the different web forms and everything, but you'll need to let us know if a student drops class or switches an instrument. It's very common for them to switch acoustic to electric, something like that. Turn this off. And So you'll need to, mark all those things in, and I'll go into greater detail on the computer stuff later, but it's all web form based now. It's all centralized on a website, so you don't have to bounce around and try to